USA Economic Crisis 2026, the perfect storm that was never supposed to happen. It began with a whisper from Paris. The OECD forecast a modest 1.5% growth, a figure that masked a deeper rot. On Wall Street, markets reached record highs fueled by AI optimism. But on Main Street, the reality was a paradox of struggle. Three distinct voices began to harmonize in a chorus of warning: Jerome Powell, the OECD, and the Dr. Doom himself, Nouriel Roubini. Jerome Powell signaled that the fiscal path was unsustainable, a rare admission of the fragility within the system. The OECD's data pointed to a synchronized slowdown, a global drag that the US could no longer ignore. Nouriel Roubini warned of a mega-threat era, where debt and inflation would collide with catastrophic force. As we look toward 2026, the data suggests three distinct paths, each more perilous than the last. First, the Goldilocks scenario. A growth recession where the economy doesn't collapse, but it doesn't thrive either. It's a world of slow growth and stubborn inflation. The soft landing that feels more like a slow-motion crash. Prices for essentials continue to climb, even as wages stagnate. A silent erosion of the middle class. Then there is the shallow recession, triggered not by a bubble but by a shift in global policy. Tariffs. At 15.4%, we see the highest tariff rates since the Great Depression era of 1938. The impact is immediate. The AI bubble, once the engine of the market, begins to show signs of fragility as returns fail to meet expectations. Consumer exhaustion hits a breaking point, savings are depleted, and the engine of American spending sputters. Finally, the nightmare scenario. A systemic crisis that threatens the very foundation of the global economy. A dollar collapse. As trust in the world's reserve currency erodes, the safe haven status we've known for decades vanishes. A treasury crisis emerges. The risk-free asset is suddenly reevaluated, sending shockwaves through global capital markets. We enter a debt doom loop. Higher interest rates lead to higher deficits, which lead back to even higher rates. A cycle of no return. These scenarios are not accidents. They are the result of deep structural cracks that have been widening for years. The K-shaped economy has become a canyon. While the top earners see assets inflate, the bottom half faces a different reality. Consider this. The top 10% of Americans now own a staggering 89% of all stocks, a concentration of wealth unseen in history. The AI narrative is also under extreme stress. The industry has accumulated $120 billion in debt. We see a pattern of circular investments, tech giants funding startups that buy their services, creating a feedback loop of artificial value. The pressure is on to prove real returns. If the productivity miracle doesn't materialize, the bubble won't just leak, it will burst. Our leaders are caught in a policy trap. The toolbox used in 2008 and 2020 is empty, and the political cost of new tools is too high. Fed independence is under threat. In an election-driven cycle, the pressure to print money at the cost of the currency is immense. What does this mean for you? Beyond the headlines and the charts, the implications for your daily life are profound. The vulnerability of the dollar is real. As its safe haven status erodes, your purchasing power on the global stage is at risk. The jobs and wages divide continues to widen. High-skill AI-integrated roles thrive, while traditional sectors face displacement. But you are not powerless. First, build a liquid emergency fund. In a systemic crisis, cash and its equivalents are your first line of defense. Second, diversify beyond the dollar. Consider hard assets, international markets, and hedges that don't rely on the US Treasury. Third, reduce debt aggressively. In a high-interest, volatile environment, debt is a chain that can pull you under. And fourth, invest in yourself. Your skills, your adaptability, and your network are the only assets that cannot be inflated away. To understand where we are going, we must look at where we have been. History shows that every great order eventually finds its limit. The post-World War II order was built on growth, stability, and the dominance of the dollar. That era is coming to a close. Yet, there is room for cautious optimism. Crisis is the mother of innovation, and from the ashes of the old, something more resilient can be born. The storm is coming, but you can be the one who is prepared. Stay informed, stay vigilant, and take control of your financial future today. Thank you for watching. For deeper analysis and the full report, visit our website. This is the perfect storm. As Peter Schiff often warns, The real crash isn't just a market correction, it's a fundamental reset of our economic reality. And as we've seen, Rubini's mega threats are no longer theoretical. They are the bricks forming the wall we are about to hit. The choice isn't whether the crisis happens, but how you respond when it does. History is watching. Preparation is your only shield. This documentary was based on the latest projections and historical data. Our goal is to provide clarity in an age of uncertainty. Join our community of analysts and thinkers as we navigate these turbulent times together. Your perspective matters. The dawn of a new economy requires the courage to face the truth of the old one. We will continue to follow the data wherever it leads. In the face of the perfect storm, knowledge is your most valuable asset. Stay curious, stay informed, and we will see you in the next report. Music swells, then fades to silence. One final thought. In the coming year, diversification isn't just a strategy, it's a necessity for survival. If you missed our deep dive on the global debt supercycle, we've linked it for you to explore further. Context is everything. All data points are based on current February 2026 metrics. The situation is fluid. Stay tuned for our weekly updates. Until next time, stay safe, stay prepared, and keep questioning the narrative. The truth is in the numbers. Ambient electronic pulses. Global markets never sleep, and neither do the forces shaping our world. Clock ticking sound. The countdown to the structural reset has begun. The question is, are you ready? We draw from the lessons of the past to illuminate the path of the future. The archives of history are our greatest guide. In the midst of the perfect storm, be the lighthouse. Lead with clarity, and you will find your way through the darkness. The work of analysis continues. Behind every number is a story, and behind every story is a choice. Make yours a wise one. Soft, ethereal synth pads. The universe of economics is vast and complex, but with the right tools, it can be understood. Keep your eyes open. The signs are everywhere for those who know how to look. We are your eyes on the global stage. Growth always returns. But the growth of the future will look very different from the growth of the past. Prepare for the new. Final clean chime sound. Goodbye for now. Silence.